And it is the first day of spring. We think that when we are not doing anything, we are wasting our time. That is not true. Our time is, first of all, for us to be. To be what? To be alive. To be peace. To be joy. To be loving. And that is what the world needs the most. So we train ourselves in order to be. And if you know the art of being peace, of being solid, then you have the ground for every action. Because the ground of action is to be. And the quality of being determines the quality of doing. Action must be based on non-action. Thich Nhat Hanh.
Carolyn Bierke, the music director, and I'd like to welcome you all here and online. Please join me in our opening hymn, Morning Has Broken. The words will be on the screen. Either sit back on your couch or rise in body or in spirit. Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the word. Sweet the rain's new fall, sunlit from heaven, like the first dew fall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the wet garden, sprung in completeness where God's feet pass. Mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning, born of the one light, Eden saw play. Praise with elation, praise every morning, God's recreation of the new day.
Each Sunday, this congregation gives away our collection to an organization in the larger community or to funds that help people in our own church. We now invite you to donate online or by text. You'll see the link in the next slide along with the phone number for text to give. Both will also be posted in the chat. Excuse me. Or if you are here in the sanctuary and would like to donate cash or check, there is a basket at the back of the sanctuary where you can put that at the end of the service. Our offering today goes to Buddy Nation to help care for animals of people who are homeless and to partner with other local agencies to get both pets and pet owners back into housing. One recent success came in partnership with many, including our own Moving In program. When we met Carolyn, they say, she had been in and out of homelessness for over 20 years. She had just been released from the hospital due to many chronic lung problems, and she had her 2 little dogs in tow. She and they desperately needed a real apartment. So Buddy Nations was able to give her and her dogs temporary housing. They connected her with a whole person care caseworker who connected her with the Salvation Army and the Oxnard Housing Authority, who helped her get an apartment in senior housing. Finally, Kathy Powell from our own Moving In project swooped in and fully furnished her new home. We at Buddy Nation kept working on behalf of Carolyn, and our partner agencies came through. So we appreciate our partnership with all of you at UUCV of Ventura as well, writes Buddy Nation. And thank you for donating generously, as you always do. We are grateful for the generosity of this congregation, which weaves that tapestry of love that we call community.
Each week, we lift up the joys and sorrows that have been shared with our community. Thank you. There are two ways to submit a joy or sorrow. From a link on the website, uuventura.org, or a link in our Thursday email bulletin, UUCV This Week. I invite you now to speak aloud or in your heart or write into the chat the names of those you wish to celebrate or memorialize, or those who may need the loving embrace of this community. By invoking their names, even when we may not hear them, you bring them into this circle of caring that we call community. We hold these names, spoken and unspoken, in the silent sanctuary of our hearts. May we be truly grateful for all that is our life.
Please remain seated for our meditative hymn. It is a new hymn to us, a simple Buddhist hymn called And When I Rise. I will play it one time through, and the words will be on the screen. And when I rise, let me rise like a bird joyfully. And when I fall, let me fall like a leaf gracefully without regrets. And when I stand, let me stand like a tree, strong and tall. And when I lie, let me lie like a lake, peacefully calm and still. And when I work, let me work like a bee, wholeheartedly. And when I play, let me play like a breeze, refreshingly light and clear.
felt good. Our reading this morning is Blessed is the Path, and it's adapted from Eric Williams. Blessed is the path on which you travel. Blessed is the body that carries you on upon it. Blessed is your heart that has heard the call. Blessed is your mind that discerns the way. Blessed is the gift that you will receive by simply going. Truly blessed is the gift that you will become on the journey. May you walk in peace.
Music is called Minute of Silence. The lyrics are in English and Spanish and are about how music is made up of sound and silence, and how after the music there is peace. At the end of the song, we will have a full minute of collective silence, and in this minute, an opportunity to reflect on peace. Minute of silence, moment of sound, making a concert, all the earth round. One silence, made in every nation. One sound, life in celebration. One day, we all will listen to peace. Minuto de silencio, momento de sonido, haciendo un concierto por todo el mundo. Un silencio junto a las naciones, un sonido celebrando vida, un día escucharemos a la paz.
Okay. Testing, testing. There we go. I hear it. I'm happy to be here today. It's nice to get out of LA for a while. And it's really nice to be in Ventura. I'm going to speak about ending and beginning and the process. So just when you think it's about to end, that's the beginning. And you know what? The pandemic has really made that fact true and real, because the variants keep coming. Just when one starts to subside, the new one starts. And now they're talking about a fourth booster for old people like me. And I'm going, okay, I'll take it. I'll get it. I still got some stuff I want to do. I don't want to die yet. Give me that booster. But what does Buddhism say about all of this? Buddhism says we're always in a state of becoming. There is no event. It is a process that never ends. So just when you think you're somebody, nobody starts again. And now we got to be the next person and the next person. And we can use age. We can say, yeah, I was 10 and I was different. And then I was 20 and yeah, I was different. And then I was 30 and 40 and on and on and on. And each one of those decades, we were different people, you know? A lot of us had memorial services for the people we used to be. We wanted them to rest in peace. And now we're faced with the proposition of being in a world that's ever-changing as well. And this is the first day of spring. This is marvelous. And what a wonderful weather day it's been so far. They were talking about rain and cold. Of course, California cold is like 60. And, you know, and I'm going, oh, not the first day of spring. And I opened up the drapes to my little room at the meditation center, and there was sun just coming up, about 6:45. And gathered beneath my window were the cats. And they were saying, it's time to eat. The sun's coming up. Come on, Kusala. I said, okay, I'll be down soon. So how does this work with the universe? Well, you know, I like theories. I like space theories especially. And so we have this sort of Big Bang theory about how it all started. They don't really talk about before the Big Bang, but they talk about the Big Bang and it's expanding. It's still in movement. It's expanding. And everything within that expansion is also moving. And I'm going, wow, how cool is that? And we can take these giant telescopes and look back 1,000,000 light years, 1,000,000 light years, and see how it used to be then. And that's the star that we see. You know, it's been dead for 1,000,000 years, and yet now we can see it. We go, wow, how cool is that? You know? And then we come to Earth, and we have, in some places, 4 seasons, in some places, 2 seasons. You know, but even with fall and spring, in our little Zendo backyard, we have trees and we have grass and we have flowers. And during the fall, everything started to die, you know, or it seemed to die. The leaves would be shed from the trees. The grass would turn a different color. All the cats would sort of get fatter and fluffier, because they were getting ready for the winter months in Los Angeles. And I thought, yeah, this is so cool. We have a little fall, you know, in Southern California. It's not much, but you have to look carefully, but it's there. And now we have the first day of spring. Today, 12 hours of sun, 12 hours of darkness. You know, I'm going, wow, finally something's even. Until tomorrow. And then it's not, you know, and then the next day and the next week and the next month, it's different again. We have a little more sun, a little less darkness, and we're going, wow, okay, cool. The leaves are starting to come back, brilliant greens now, freshly born out of the limbs of trees. And I'm going, oh, that's beautiful. And now the grass needs to be cut more often because it's growing faster. And the cats are shedding some of their fur and getting thinner for the summer months in Los Angeles. Going, okay, yeah. So it's always in a constant state of becoming something else. We can't ever walk in the same river twice, but we can never walk on the same earth twice either. Because every day it's a different earth. Even though it seems similar, and we have memories of yesterday, and it looks pretty much like today, but if you look carefully, it's not, it's different. But how about us now? Okay, human beings. Why do we keep changing? Why do we keep becoming something else? What's the deal? And do we have anything to say about it? Is it fate? Are we stuck? Has it been predestined that we're going to be this or that? Buddhism says absolutely not. You have a choice. You can change your life anytime you want to. Well, maybe not when you want to, but you can change it. Okay, so this is how it works, I think. This is my interpretation of human evolution from a moral perspective. Okay, now, as Unitarians, you may not buy this completely, but let me get started with, there is no justice in the world. Okay, now you may understand that, and you may hope that one day we'll have justice in the world, but it's not decided by a divine lawgiver according to Buddhism. Buddhism says, no, that's not how it works. That's not the moral basis that we live by. We live by karma. Now, I've often thought justice is man-made karma. That, and it works much faster. Everybody's really mad now because people aren't going to jail as fast as they used to. Where's the justice, they say. Well, karma, karma might take some time, but karma never forgets your zip code. You will have to pay those consequences eventually. And maybe not even in this lifetime, maybe the next lifetime. Because karma can't work without rebirth. We need to have more than one lifetime, because it's obvious that some people are really jerks and have a wonderful life. And some people are really wonderful and have a terrible life. So where's the karma in that? Where's the justice in that, if you will? And the Buddhists would say, well, wait till next lifetime. You'll see. They won't be born in Ventura. That's the good karma. Yeah. So think about this, that our karma is created by what we think, what we say, and what we do. And everything we think, say, and do has a consequence. Okay? And because we're alive, we think a lot, we say a lot, and we do a lot. Okay, so this karma and consequence is the driving mechanism of the change in our life. That's the change in our life. We do something good, and we have a pleasant consequence. You go, wow, that is so cool. I feel good about today. It must be my past karma. The consequences have reached fruition, and I'm having a good day today. And then I take it for granted. And then the next day is just terrible. I can't find my car keys. Where's that can of cat food that I opened yesterday? I can smell it, but I can't find it. What am I going to do? So we can't get too comfortable because we're always becoming something or someone else, ultimately, all the time. Okay. Now, in Buddhism, we have something called the 5 precepts. The 5 precepts are the basis of our good karma. And they are, I will avoid taking life. I'll stop killing stuff. Okay, now this is difficult. We like to kill. It's true. All you need to do is watch the news, and humans are out there killing things. Other humans, but even more so, insects, fish. You know, I love this commercial about, I think it's an insurance commercial. And the guy saves a lot of money, so he bought a new boat so he can go fishing. Now, nothing against fishermen. Don't take this wrong. But he bought a new boat so he could go kill some fish. And that's how he liked to spend his off time, killing fish. I'm going, well, you know, I wonder if he ate them all, or he just killed them. And he enjoyed the thrill of the chase and the capture and the death. Okay, now, if you're coming from a Buddhist perspective and you're following that first precept, you're probably not going to go fishing. You know, there are other things you can do. You can catch and release, but then you got to pull the hook out of the mouth, and it's just, oh, yeah. How about just having a little koi pond in the backyard and look at the fish? Look at all the beautiful colors. Watch them swim. They've got no place to go and nothing to do. And yet somehow they're happy. Okay, how about those cockroaches? You hate those cockroaches? You don't want them in your kitchen? You clean and they still show up? What are you going to do? Don't call the exterminator. Don't have, you know, them come over and kill the cockroaches for you. There's still collective karma. You're going to be the benefit of some of those consequences. How about catch and release? You know, you get a bowl or a cup or a jar and you catch the guys and release them outside. You know, and some of them will get back in, but some of them won't. But you're not taking a life. You're spending just a little more time reflecting on the importance and the quality and the value of life rather than death. Rather than death. I was talking with Cecilia today, and I said, yesterday I did a memorial service, and this quote came to mind. I'll share it with you. Good health is simply the slowest way a human being can die. There we go. Exercise, vitamins, get plenty of sleep. It won't prevent you from dying, but you won't have to die as fast. Okay. Second precept, not to take what is not given. Don't steal stuff. Don't take stuff. Leave those catalytic converters alone. Man. Every day on the news, you know, the crews go out, you know, and they got things they cut and they take and they, okay, just leave other people's stuff alone. That's their responsibility. You don't want it. If you have stuff, you got to clean it, secure it, maybe even get insurance for it. Having a lot of stuff is a big problem. Don't take other people's stuff. Let them have the problem. Man. Number 3, no sexual misconduct. You know, we have over 7 billion people. We have enough. We don't need any more. Just leave everybody alone. Enjoy the solitude of celibacy. Man, your life will be so simple and filled with happiness, you won't even be able to hold the excitement back. Going out this weekend? Yes, but I'm going out alone. Okay. Number 4, speak skillfully. Don't tell lies. Don't create illusions for people. Don't steal their reality by giving something that's not real and they buy into it and now they don't know what's right or what's wrong or what's good or what's bad. Don't do that. Speak the truth if you can. And if the truth hurts, maybe you don't need to say anything at all. Noble silence. You know, just let it work itself out. You don't have to warn people that life sucks. They know it. You don't have to warn people about other people because they know those other people. And you're right and they're right. Just, speak kindly, speak with pleasant words, speak in a way that uplifts the situation and the people in it. That's good. That's a good way to create karma in the world, speaking kindly. And last but not least, don't get high. Don't get high. I know it's legal in California. You can go to the little store with the green leaf, Get ready for the party tonight. Lose some brain cells. Get that 6-pack of beer. Come on. We don't need to get high. Life is the biggest high you're ever going to have. It is amazing. It is one giant hallucination. You don't need to enhance it at all. And it's always changing. It's always becoming new and exciting because you never know what's going to happen next. Don't dull your senses. And don't eat those damn potato chips. When that hunger and thirst starts, it's hard to satisfy. Leave those drugs and drinks alone. Sobriety, reality, understanding the world, even in your own personal deluded way, is better than understanding the world when you're high. And if you went to UCLA and you got a master's degree and you drank too much, you lost everything you tried to get in school. You've become really stupid and dumb. Can't even hold a good conversation or make an appropriate sentence. UCLA graduate. Have you ever been around a bunch of drunk people and tried to listen to them? Oh, man. I had a friend, and she said to me during lunch, "It's so nice to have an intelligent conversation." I miss that so much. And it is. Most of the conversations aren't necessarily intelligent. So I dumb them down even more. Okay. So those 5 precepts allow us to create karma in what we think, what we say, and what we do in a good way. So the Buddha said, you can tell if you have good karma or a good life by how much suffering you're experiencing. That's our reference point. We don't go by good and bad. That's so arbitrary. You know what I mean? Last year, a good price for gas. And this year, a good price for gas. Man. And that's in 1 year. And back in the 70s, some of you were around in the 70s, I can tell. We had an oil shortage. We changed the speed limit to 55. You bought gas with your license plate, odds and evens. You were in line and got 10 gallons. And now you're just paying a whole lot of money. Okay, so what is right today may not be right next week, next month, next year. Everything changes. We have lawmakers in Sacramento who decide for us at some level what is right and what is wrong. Okay. And then we have biblical interpretations of what is right and what is wrong. Okay. We have the 5 precepts in Buddhism, what is right and what is wrong. Okay. So what a Buddhist says is, a Buddhist would say not right, not wrong. We would say skillful, unskillful. Skillful, less suffering. Unskillful, more suffering. Okay. So what would be skillful? Generosity, compassion, wisdom. Interpreting your experience in this world through those windows. What would be unskillful? It would be greed, hatred, and delusion. Delusion, no way, yes. You don't see the world the way it really is. Through nature and nurture, you have been created to see the world in a specific way so you can live with other people in a particular place on earth, territory, city, state, country. Okay, yeah, okay. And we think that's normal, that everybody does it that way. And they don't, do they? Everybody has their own way of looking at things, and they don't know where that came from, necessarily. You know, maybe they were good in school. Maybe a lot of that came from school. Or maybe from the parents and family. Peer pressure. You know, you don't know. So, I hear music. So what I'm saying now is we have the world that's ever-changing. We're ever-changing, and one of the contributing factors to our change is karma and the consequence of our karma. So karma is what you do. The consequence is called the vipaka in Pali, canonical language of early Buddhism, cause and consequence. And this is like the motor. This just drives us. And you might say, well, finally, I get to die and I get rid of my karma. And I can just rest in peace for eternity. Not if you're a Buddhist. Just when you think it's about to end, it's really the beginning. So what happens to your karma? It migrates to the next lifetime. That's the only thing in Buddhism that migrates lifetime to lifetime. That's why we have rebirth. That's why not all consequences happen in one lifetime. Okay, so that karma starts again. And now you're the transformer. You're the karma generator. And you might start in Pacoima. You might start in South Central. You might start in Ventura, depending on past karma and many other factors. But along the way in this lifetime, through the choices you make, the thoughts, speech, and action you do in this lifetime, that leads you in a whole new way. You build your life. You're in charge. There are a bunch of people and circumstances helping you to build your life, but you are a main contributing factor of your life. And I know we don't want to take responsibility or have accountability. It's not my fault. I didn't mean to do it. They made me do it. It's their fault. Karma says, no, man, it's not their fault. You're the guy. It's your fault, and you're going to have to pay the consequences. You go, okay. How bad can it be? Lifetimes, man, lifetimes. So when we think it's about to end, it's really starting. And this is the joy of life, because we never know what's going to happen next. We think we do. We think we figured it out. We look back in the old days and say, well, it can't happen that way ever again, can it? You know? And you say, well, haven't we had enough wars? Oh, yeah. I was born during the Korean War. I was drafted. Didn't have to go, but I was drafted during the Vietnam War. We've had a few wars since Vietnam. And now we have another one. And you think to yourself, well, can't we learn from our past mistakes? And apparently we can't. Apparently we don't live long enough. Because just when we figured out that war is bad, we all die, and then the next generation comes up and says, hey, let's have a war. You know? Let's be men and women and have a war. And then those folks realize that war is no good, but they die. And that knowledge is lost, and then the next generation has to regain the knowledge and use it in a skillful, wholesome way to create less suffering rather than more suffering. So what are the chances of that ever happening? I don't know. I'm hopeful, only because it's probably better to be hopeful than not. So I'm hopeful that we'll figure it out one day. But the savior in all of this, if you will, is the change. Because every time it changes, we have a chance to do something different. Thank you for listening. I appreciate your time.
Okay, I didn't know it was me, so. Let's join together in our closing hymn, which is My Life Flows On, an Endless Song. Please rise and bow to your spirit. My life flows on in endless song above earth's lamentation. I hear the real, though far off hymn that hails a new creation. Through all the tumult and the strife, I hear the music ringing. It sounds an echo in my soul. How can I keep from singing? For though the tempest round me roars, I know the truth it liveth. What though the darkness round me close, songs in the night it giveth. No storm can shake my inmost calm, while to that rock I'm clinging. Since love prevails in heaven and earth, how can I keep from singing? When tyrants tremble as they hear the bells of freedom ringing, when friends rejoice both far and near, how can I keep from singing? To prison cell and dungeon vile, our thoughts to them are winging. When friends by shame are undefiled, how can I keep from singing?
Please join me in reading the words on the screen. Then join us in extinguishing your chalices at home. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. Those we carry into our lives until we are together again.
May those of us who have come together today in mind and body be happy, peaceful, and free from suffering. May no harm come to us. May no difficulties come to us. May no problems come to us. May we always find fulfillment. May we also have patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome the inevitable difficulties, problems, and failures in life. Thank you.